I believe I watched you on our air this week cheer as this news broke that you had DOJ requesting some of these documents. I wonder, now that you have the 1-6 committee sort of pumping the brakes on this, what you make of it.
Well, I think the 1-6 committee is a little frustrated that it has taken, as many of us are, that it has taken DOJ so long to start to coordinate and communicate in substantive ways with the committee. The committee has been unbelievably aggressive and meticulous and hardworking in going through this investigation. And for a number of reasons, but none perhaps that carry the day, the Department of Justice has not. And the committee has been exhorting for months DOJ to become more active. And now DOJ sort of trots in after the fact and wants all of the transcripts of the interviews. And I think that the January 6th committee is sort of annoyed that they're gearing up for their major hearings to reveal so much of what they have learned. And the Department of Justice just wants their transcripts before. And, you know, it's a little bit of some of it seems a little bit silly at the end of the day. As you point out, it will take a number of different investigative teams to bring full accountability for what happened on January 6th. And true accountability can really only come from the Department of Justice, which is the only arm that can actually criminally prosecute anyone. The January 6th committee has very little authority to do much else other than reveal what occurred and pass legislation or recommend legislation. So I think there's some frustration. My guess is that after these hearings, there will be better coordination. It makes sense for all of government and for the country for the January 6th committee to give these transcripts over. But I think they want to have their moment in the sun with these hearings and wait on giving them.
Luke, I referenced this news breaking. You, of course, broke that story about the Justice Department's request. Any insights you can give us into their thinking?
Sure, yeah. So I think that this it cuts both ways, right? The Justice Department wants voluminous transcripts from the January 6th committee, but the January 6th committee also wants some things from the Justice Department that they haven't received. And so when you hear Benny Thompson say that, we're just not going to turn everything over, that maybe they can come in, we'll have a second conversation, they can come and review things one by one. A source told me that's a little bit of negotiating in public. There may be some documents or interviews or investigative materials that the Justice Department has in their possession that they haven't turned over to the January 6th committee. So these are confidential negotiations going on, behind closed doors. I don't have a ton of insight into them, but it's not so simple as just open the doors and turn everything over to justice. Now, I do think that day will come. And so what we're talking about is really a matter of timing. Does justice walk in tomorrow and have access to everything, or will they get it at the end of the investigation? And so, I'm sure that most of the base wants to see these documents turned over immediately to the Justice Department. But, there may be some things strategically that January 6th committee needs from justice. And so this is sort of a negotiation.